welcome to the walkthrough. I'm going to be taking on Farron Keep Swamp in this episode. Thanks for tuning in. And if you've been watching, you can already see that I've changed up my armor. I tried to go with some things. This just has better defense, and I added some stuff to even out the defense between magic, fire, lightning, dark versus physical damage, as well as I tried to keep things on that had higher poison resistance. I'm going to be using the Crystal Sage's Spear in my offhand to up my item discovery. There's a lot of things in the swamp that drop heavy gems, so hopefully I can get a few of those just on the way through. My main weapon, and also I have the Bandit's Knife to switch to. That will give me the ability to use Quick Step, which we're going to need through certain areas of the swamp. And I also have some purple moss to go to in the quick menu, because we are definitely going to be getting poisoned. Alright, let's do it. I usually do this all in one run. There's no reason to break it apart or head back to Firelink Shrine. You just kind of do a big loop around the area. It's not too bad. Right around to the right. Right around to the right hand side is an item. Few more purple moss clumps, and you should be able to buy them from the shrine handmaid at this point, as long as he's been following the pathways that I've been taking. We're going to start by going to the left. And pay attention to that purple bar. Always try and get back to dry land before it fills up. Get the Reagan mask on the left-hand side of the main starting point. I'm just gonna follow the islands. Kinda grabbing whatever items we see glowing in the nearby distance, whether it be to the left or right. And the slugs are weak to fire. If you had a fire weapon you wanted to use. In fact, I could probably use my broadsword. Let's see. I just want to see what the difference is. Two hits. There's an Estus shard right here next to the fallen building. I think I'll stick with this. I'm gonna go off to the left a little bit. I thought there was one more thing on this side. Maybe not. Yep, here it is. So the slugs they all can drop heavy gems. They can drop Titanite shards and heavy gems. And I think they can even drop poison resin as well. I'm not for sure on that. You definitely don't have to kill them all. I usually skip over them, but I figured I'd give it a shot and see if I can get any good drops out of them. Alright, and before we go up the stairs, we're going to go off to the left and get the item up there. I'm going to equip my bandit's knife, and as soon as we get into the deep area, we'll just shoot on over there. And even if you run out of FP, you can keep doing the quick step. You don't get iframes while you're doing it when you run out of FP though. I might as well just use one. In fact, let's see. Let's just go straight across. Why not? And watch out for the grue over here. They're not hard, but they move kind of quick, so. The grue, the ones on 4 legs, down on all 4s, I guess, they, the only drop they have is regular Titanite shards. They have a fairly good drop rate of the Titanite shards, so you can definitely farm them if you need to at this point. Alright, and then we'll head up the pathway here to put out our first fire. There will be 2 grues, one with a shield and one with a dagger. Walk up slowly and just alert the one sitting down to take them on one by one. They have quite a bit of range. And we'll just put out this fire right away. Alright, we're going to head around to the right hand side. There's one more grue sitting down. You usually get the drop on him. And there should be an item right up here. They improved poison recently, so it's not too bad. It's definitely worth using on Gale at the end of the second DLC. It's one of the only things that really works on him, I suppose. Alright, so first things first. We have one of the jumping grues over here to the left, and we want to quietly go over there and kill him first. And you very much want to sneak up on him. These guys are a pain in the ass. They are quick and very brutal. Alright, let's run over here and grab this. I think it's a Titanite shard. Yep. And before we continue on, we're gonna run back through the swamp on the right hand side of where we came from, and there's going to be a tower, or I guess you can call that a tower, and we're going to come up quietly because there is a dark wraith on the other side of it. And it should be the sage's coal inside of it. You hear him breathing. Sounds like fucking Darth Vader. We're gonna sneak up on him. I do want to kill him, because I like the stuff they drop. They have extremely high poise, so it's really hard to stagger them. So it's best to just let them do their combos and then hit them when you get a chance, instead of trying to hit them and stagger them out of their attacks. Cracked eye orbs. They will always drop cracked eye orbs. The only thing they have a chance of dropping is everything besides that. You can get their armor, their weapon, and pale tongues. And we'll encounter 2 more here a little bit later. And I'm pretty sure those are the only 3, this one and the 2 we encounter later in the entire game. Yeah, they don't make much of an appearance in this part of the series. Alright, head up the hill. So there's 3 fires we have to put out all together, and the first 2 are just right next to each other over here on the left side of the map. He should be the only one. I hear some snorting, but there's a bonfire coming up, and there's 3 Grues. 1 spellcasting one, and 2 of the ones with the spears and shields. Yeah, I think in New Game +2 there's a ring back here. Alright. And the spellcasting Gru, he is the only one out of the 2-legged Grus that can drop heavy gems. There's a bonfire right past these guys, so you can definitely farm him for it, but I think there's a much easier way than, you bastard, than doing it that way. Alright, I still have 8 Estus left in my flask, 8 drinks left. I'm going to light the bonfire, and I'm not going to sit at it, because I don't want to respawn the enemies, especially right here in this immediate area. I'm going to switch to a bow, if I can find it. And right over here is 3 of the giant Grus, and they're all crowded around an item over there. I'm going to tag each one of them with an arrow and bring them all closer and take them all out from up here with fire bombs and arrows. And the little skulls that they send after you, they're pretty easy to dodge.
And just keep on hitting them with arrows and firebombs. I'm gonna go ahead and speed the video up at this point. Gets a little monotonous, I suppose.
Yeah, and by killing, I believe it's just, is it 1 or 2? I think, well, you either have to kill 1 or 2 of them, and you get the Black Bow of Ferris, and then when you kill all 3, I believe you get his hat.
Where'd you go? Come on, get out of there. Get out from under the bridge, you fucking dumb shit. Fucking stupid fuck.
Making me take too long. Yeah, there it is. Ferris's hat. Okay, and from this point, we're gonna drop straight down and collect anything there might be. I hear some snorting, so where's it coming from? So go off to where they were all huddled up, and you get a poison gem. It's not really all that great, that's for sure. And we're gonna go off to the right from this point. There's gonna be a few of the two-legged grooves over here. Always better to try to take them on one by one. Let's get on some land. Sage a scroll, you can give that to Orbeck in the shrine to learn some new sorceries. That reminds me, we're gonna pick up 2 scrolls in the swamp, and you have to give him 2 scrolls before you defeat the Abyss Watchers, otherwise he will leave. We're gonna zigzag through the trees, keep heading the same direction that we're going overall though. Shit. I'm looking to take out the 4-legged grooves that are in the area. And we'll go ahead and pick this up right over here. And then the bridge, this is where the bonfire is, right over here. But to the left-hand side, let's see, after we kill this guy. There is a giant crab and one of the white birch trees. Oh shit, here he comes. So get ready for the quick step. And you want to get him close to the birch tree, because your good old giant friend will shoot him with arrows, and every time he gets hit by an arrow you can repost him. Just keep him in range of getting hit by arrows and dodge his attacks. There we go. He's really not as hard as what it seems like. You get him in range of the arrows and just keep spamming R1 on him, because every single time he gets hit by an arrow you can repost him. Get that repost in and just keep spamming R1 and it'll go by way fast. We're just gonna pick up all the items around here. The Crown of Dust we just picked up back there. Good for sorcerers. And we're gonna hang out, stick to the wall. There we go. And I mean, the bonfire is right up there. Here, let's refresh our Estus at this point. Alright. And we're just gonna continue on down to the right side, and in this ruined building on right here, it's filled with slugs. And I believe it has some more coal in it, or... No. I think this is the undead bone shard, maybe. I'm just gonna throw fire bombs in at them. Now this is the farming spot for heavy gems. You get your item discovery all the way up, hit the bonfire right up the walkway there, and come over here and kill the slugs, because every single one of the slugs has the chance to drop a heavy gem. And there's so many of them right here all at once. Oh, they drop poison gems too. That's what it is, not the poison pine resin, but the poison gems. But I promise they drop heavy gems. This is definitely where the spot. I farmed heavy gems here before, definitely. Alright, so we're... Okay. So there's a ladder right there, and that's where we're going to end. We're going to kind of do a loop. I'm going to go get the item over there with on the island where that bonfire is, and then circle around to the two items right there, and then end up at the ladder. I'm going to use my bandit's knife, because it is deep swamp water right through here, so... Anything? Nope. I'm not going to venture over that way yet. So the third fire we're going to put out is right over there, but I don't want to have to deal with the large giant grooves yet. We're going to avoid them and come right over here. If you're low on health, here's some soup. Other than that, there's a new talisman for casting miracles. And right down here should be Wolf's Blood Swordgrass, which you will need. It's a covenant item. You turn them in for items, weapons, and whatnot for the Wolves of Farron Covenant, which is the invaders that invade you at the Road of Sacrifice. Alright, once you're at the top of the ladder, head to the right. Don't go in the doorway. We're going to circle around and get a crystal lizard that's right up here. Turn around, and the window, well, not the window, the blocked looking window right by the stairs is an illusionary window, and we're gonna grab some new ashes to give to the handmaiden. I guess it's more handmade, it's not really made in. And let's go ahead and join the Covenant. You don't lose anything by joining this covenant. It doesn't cancel any storylines or anything. And in fact, when you're going through Farron Keep and Road of Sacrifice and whatnot, if you equip the covenant, you will not be invaded by other covenant members. But you randomly get chosen to invade. It's not really up to you. If you have it equipped and someone comes in within your level range and you're the lucky one, you'll be chosen and warped over there to kill them. Alright, so from the ladder, we're gonna go straight back. And in between this wall and the rocks, I believe it's an armor set. Check. Nameless Knight. And then we're going to quietly walk over here and hide behind the trees as we go. Ah, yes. And Yellowfinger Heisel invades for a second time now. Fun fact, Heisel is a woman. I don't really know her backstory all that well. Alright, and with him having his back turned, we're gonna hurry up and grab this and hide back behind the tree here. I'm just gonna stand here behind the tree and wait until he turns around and starts walking back the other way again before we move on. We're gonna stick to the wall here and move up. We'll come up to the path leading to the third fire that we need to put out. There's another grue right over here to our right. So as long as you stay close to the rocks and don't start making any noise by jumping around or rolling or anything, he'll stay over there and leave you alone. Come up here and put this fire out. Now Heisel will show up at the worst time possible because we want to continue on to the other side of this, but Heisel is going to appear right over there. He's going to come running. Usually if you keep going and you there's another one of the jumping grues up there, the ones that are pretty tough to beat, he'll appear, he'll come running up right as you're trying to sneak up on that one. So I'm just gonna walk up here quietly and wait for Heisel to come running over it, and then we're gonna come back down here and get a fair fight with him. Where the hell did he go? Oh, or her, excuse me. Come on, buddy. Yep, the way is clear. Come on down. I believe the second time we fight him, like right now, he uses his pick a little bit more for attacking. Alright, spam it up. There we go. Keep it going. One more. Oh, come on. Oh, you bastard. And when you kill her, you get 2 refills of your SS flask. So if you had 6, it will go up to 8. I maxed out at 8 and it was at 7, so it only went up 1. Alright, let's sneak up on this guy. And that applies anytime you kill a phantom invader. You get 2 chugs of Estus. Man, I've had this Crystal Sage's rapier on the whole time and I haven't gotten hardly any drops. I don't... Is there... Yeah, there's an item right around here to the left. Alright. Now I get a little confused about which way to go from here. I think we need to go straight first. Okay, straight and then off to the right side over here. And kind of keep moving. I mean, don't be afraid of these things, that's for sure. I think people see them and start freaking out and you lose your calm, and that's pretty much how you die. Just watch that gauge, stay out of the smoke, I mean, and attack them. Don't be afraid to just stop and kill one here and there. Alright, so we came in from that direction. And we're gonna head over here, and there's a cave. Got the other scroll for Orbeck and the antiquated set. And you can't get any of the items that are up on the cliffs quite yet. We'll get those in a little bit. Alright, there's our buddy. We just want to avoid him because we're going to go back the way we came. Yeah. Woo. Trying to get a reference. Okay, yeah, here's the stairs we came down originally. And so we went straight ahead from the stairs the first time. We're back at the stairs now, and we're gonna head around to the side of the stairs right through here. And there is more of the... Damn it. What are these called again? I swear, I only forget what people's names are and what things are called when I'm trying to record. Let's continue on this direction. We're gonna come across a pyromancy eventually. Oh, and if you're in New Game Plus, there is the blue stone plate +1 ring through here. There it is. And iron flesh. And with that, we are back at the beginning of the game. Or the game. We're back at the beginning of this area. And that should be everything. Yeah, that should be all the items and everything out of the swamp. If you know where you're going, it is not even close to being hard. I mean, we're not done yet, so... Let's head up. So, let's get some upgrade materials in this area. We're gonna go back to the Old Wolf of Farron first. And take the elevator up that was there. I didn't even say anything about, but there's an elevator there. We'll head up there and pick up some stuff around there, and then we'll warp to the Keep Ruins bonfire and head through the door that we opened up by putting out the fires. Now when we first come up the elevator, you'll definitely notice a familiar boss. Whoa, that was weird. I don't think I really stepped on the switch for a second time, but you don't get anything all that great down at that end, nor do you get with his soul. You can either get the weapon, which is what he's holding, this big club that has physical and fire damage. It's not all that great. Or you can use a soul to create Havel's ring if you need a ring to up your equipment load. I usually just come back and fight him later, because you also get Havel's armor set here, but you have to do something else in the game to trigger it to appear here. So I usually just fight him then. But if we go around to the right hand side, and drop down this little opening and follow it over. There's going to be 3 crystal lizards in all. The first 2 are down on the level that we're on now. I'm gonna run up on them. And we get some large titanite shards, which is pretty rare at this point in the game. They're pretty scarce at this point in the game, I should say. So use them wisely. And a lightning spear, which is going to be, I believe, the first offensive miracle, an offense like damage causing miracle that you can use at this point in the game. And then also the Dragon Crest shield, which I believe has really good lightning absorption. There it is. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm completely wrong. It has really high fire absorption. That's weird. 100% physical and 89 fire. That's weird. I think if it was had Dragon Crest in the name, it would involve lightning, but I guess it makes sense that it's fire since since dragons breathe fire. Get it. There we go. Ah, get the hell out of my way. I don't know if you can just see that, but I just got a notification that my battery is dying on my controller. Which is fine. I recently got a new controller and I'm trying to condition the battery, so I'm trying to kill it before recharging it. I have a second controller ready to go beside me. So if you see me just stop moving in the middle of something, that'd be why. There's nothing else here. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, I mean, you don't even actually have to fight these guys. But it's always nice, whatever, getting some extra souls. I was hoping a raw gem would drop. And then right here at this little just hole in the wall, we're gonna drop down slowly. Make sure you don't run off and drop all the way down because you'll die. We're gonna take it step by step. I mean, if you feel comfortable enough to take on him, there's no reason not to kill him at this point, other than I'd rather just do it later, because I don't need anything by him. I don't get nothing for it, really. It's not a whole lot of souls you get for killing him, so. But if you do want the weapon or Havel's ring, by all means. If you're curious, there is, I think there's 2 embers and the great axe over by him. And I mean, and it's not hard to get a great axe prior to here, so. Alright. Now let's head over to the Keep Ruins. And we're going this way, down the walkway, into the double open doors. And there'll be a few of the Corvians in here. The guys that sprout wings and go ape shit. Run up the hill to the left and take out the chanter first before he screams. Yeah, there we go. And then these guys will stay like docile, and you can just take them out without having to worry about dealing with them, really. And there's one more over here by a shriving stone. And then slowly walk up the pathway. This is where we encounter 2 more dark wraiths. I believe you'll catch, yeah, there's one, and then above him is one more, and they're walking up towards the Abyss Watcher's door. And the Abyss Watchers is going to be the first Lord of Cinders that you encounter. And the Dark Wraiths just run across and kill everything in their path, so... There, we'll head around to the side right here. Should be a Gru sitting by a tree. Just let them do our dirty work. Grab this item here, an ember, and then grab any items that might have been dropped by the dead Grus. And stay to the right hand side. We'll head around the edge right here. There'll be a Gru with a shield and a spear. Oh, there he is. And an item right up here at the top of the hill. And what is that sound? Are they coming this way? Ah, shit, they heard me. Alright. It's just one of them. That's good. He's throwing shit at him. That's fucking awesome. Alright, and there's one more left. And honestly, you don't have to fight them right now. There's a bonfire right over here if you'd rather light that up first before dealing with these guys. Just run back into the doorway. You can see down right over there in the center. Run into that doorway and there's a bonfire. But I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy real quick. Hey, Dark Gauntlets, awesome. Those are actually pretty decent. And which I should switch up the armor. Well, yeah, because I don't need this. Let's see if I fat roll. Yep. There we go. Alright. That looks good. Alright, so into this door. Bonfire. And keep heading back. 3 Grus are all sitting down and chilling. Run up to them and kill them. And a large crystal lizard at the end. Whoa, I never noticed that before. You see it has like 6 arms? That's wild. I never noticed how many arms it had. That's crazy. And don't miss the great magic weapon spell. And then you can open this door, and from the bonfire we just came from, you can run straight across and farm the Black Knight. In case you didn't know, we're right back here. Back into the road of sacrifices. Yep, Black Knight down there. But whatever you do, come back this way. And there's a hole in the wall, and we'll drop down and grab the items we couldn't reach that were on the cliffs earlier. Atonement, and I think a hollow gem. Yeah, hollow gems are one of the more rare gems, at least in the main game. With if you have the Ring City DLC, they're a little bit easier to farm up now. But from there, there's no way of going back up, and I'm not going back down. Basilisks. Back down to where the basilisks are. That's what they're called. Until I finally remembered. Okay. Homeward Bone, and to the shrine. We'll drop off our ash that we picked up.
Ashen this web. Oh yes, I see.
Oh my god, why do I keep gesturing?
Clinging to it must courage that.
Buy the hidden blessing. Pick up a few of these. Oh, now you can buy Titanite shards, so freaking awesome.
Ashen one.
Alright, and don't forget to give Andre the coal that we've found.
Well, I suppose.
And also reinforce your Estus flask.
Pretty be careful.
If you have died at all, head over to Yul and get your free level ups. If you're going to level up with your souls, level up with the Firekeeper first. That way you get the levels cheaper. Because once you level up with Yul, it raises, every time you level up, it raises the price. So buy them while they're cheap and then get the free ones afterwards. And we'll give Orbeck the scrolls that we received.
Oh, it's not what. Come again.
And I don't know if I gave him... Yeah, I already gave him all the Pyromancy tomes. I don't think I have anything for her. And that's going to be the end of the Farron Keep Swamp playthrough. I'm not going to go fight the Abyss Watchers yet. We're going to go into Cathedral of the Deep and then come back later to do the Abyss Watchers. The Abyss Watchers is kind of like a defining point in the playthrough. Once you defeat them, it moves along any storylines that you're currently doing. So you want to make sure that you complete all the storylines you can up until this point before you beat the Abyss Watchers. And I think right after we defeat the Abyss Watchers, we will head over and kill the Dancer. Because once you defeat the Dancer and get into Lothar Castle, you can beat Osiris, and then you can get into the Dark Firelink Shrine area. And if you get there before defeating the Abyss Watchers, the Hornet Ring and the armor set you can buy from the Handmaid and the Dark Firelink Shrine will not show up. So yeah, so after this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend some time, I'm going to farm the Black Knight, and I'm going to farm the Dark Wraiths. I want their armor, and I want their weapons, and I wouldn't mind getting a few Pale Tongues, and some heavy gems as well. From the slugs and the grue in the area where the dark wraiths are. You can just stand there and let them kill them and try and pick up whatever items they drop. So hopefully I can get a few items farmed up, and then from that point I will be back and we'll head over and do Cathedral of the Deep from this point right here. Alright, that was actually a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Thank you for watching if you're here. I definitely appreciate anybody that's watching. I hope I'm helping somebody. I hope that I have some information that's you know, worth a shit, I suppose. But yeah, I'll see you for Cathedral of the Deep.